So in this video I'm going to share with you some top tips to overcome procrastination. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dean Odell and I'm a magician and mind reader, and I upload a new video every Monday, so make sure to press that subscribe button for more videos on magic, mind reading, psychology and health and well-being tips. Procrastination is often confused with laziness, but they are very, very different. So procrastination is the act of unnecessarily postponing decisions or actions, usually by sort of focusing on less urgent and more enjoyable and easier activities instead. But in contrast, laziness is an unwillingness to act. You procrastinate because factors such as anxiety or fear of failure often outweigh your motivation and self-control. You can successfully overcome your procrastination by implementing techniques that allow you to deal with the issues that cause you to procrastinate in the first place. So procrastination can have some serious consequences. For example, it may make us feel guilty or ashamed. If we procrastinate over a long period of time, we can become really demotivated, leading to sort of reduced productivity and cause us to miss out on achieving our goals. In extreme cases, procrastination can also go beyond work, affecting other important parts of our lives. Not getting that irritating health symptom checked out or delaying important life decisions. It's a bad habit that eats us away and prevents us from achieving greater results in life. It's crucial to take productive and proactive steps to prevent it. So don't let procrastination take over your life. Here I will share some tips with you on how to stop procrastinating. So how to overcome procrastination. As with most habits, it's possible to overcome it. So the first step to overcoming procrastination is to recognize that you're doing it. Then identifying the reasons behind your behaviour and use appropriate strategies to manage and overcome it. We all know the example. You have a deadline looming, however, instead of doing your work, you're fiddling with things like checking emails, social media, watching YouTube videos. You should be working, but you just keep putting it off. You may also be procrastinating if you're filling your time with unimportant tasks that other people ask you to do, instead of getting on with the important tasks already on your list. If you start high priority tasks and then go off and make a coffee, wait to be in the right mood or for the right time to tackle that task, and often that time never comes. These are all signs of procrastination, and you should be aware of your own procrastinating behaviours. So once you have identified you have a problem with procrastinating, step 2 is to work out why you're doing it. You need to understand the reasons why you are procrastinating before you can begin to tackle it. For instance, are you avoiding a particular task because you find it boring or unpleasant? If so, take some steps to get it out of the way quickly so that you can focus on the aspects of your job that you find more enjoyable. Perhaps you have doubts about your abilities and are worried about failing. So you put it off and seek for comfort in doing work that you know that you're capable of completing. So step 3 is to adopt some anti-procrastinating strategies, and I'm going to go through a few of those now. So just a reminder that procrastination is a habit, a deeply ingrained pattern of behaviour. Habits stop being habits when you avoid practicing them. So try as many of these anti-procrastination strategies to give yourself the best possible chance of succeeding. So commit to the task. Focus on doing, not avoiding. Writing down the tasks that you need to complete and specify a time for completing them. This will help you to proactively tackle your work. Get rid of distractions. It's important to rid yourself of all potential disruption, before you even begin working, so you don't get needlessly sidetracked halfway through your task. If you spend too much time on Facebook or Instagram, when you should be studying or doing your work, then shut that phone off. Set simple, achievable goals. Part of the reason we procrastinate is because the task at hand seems too daunting. It's a lot easier to get started on a project when establishing simple, reachable goals. Figure out what your goals are and make sure that they're clearly defined, possible to achieve, and significant enough to allow you to achieve meaningful progress. Create a timeline, a schedule. After you set your goals, create a timeline for completing them. So many people get trapped into a cycle of I'll do it tomorrow. But the truth is, tomorrow never comes. So it's important to get out a specific date for when you want your goals to be achieved and to be accomplished. Promise yourself a reward. So if you complete a difficult task on time, reward yourself with a treat. Such as a slice of cake or even a coffee from your favourite coffee shop. Make sure you notice how good it feels to finish things. So ask someone to check up on you. Peer pressure really works. This is the principle behind self-help groups. Tell other people about your goals. Tell all your friends, your colleagues, your acquaintances and family, about your projects, so that whenever you see them or bump into them, bound to ask you about your status and how you're getting on. Act as you go. So tackle tasks as soon as they arise. Rather than letting them build up over another day. Break your work into little steps. Part of the reason we procrastinate is because subconsciously, we find the work too overwhelming for us. Break it down into sort of little parts that focus on one part at a time. So if you procrastinate on the task after breaking it down, then break it down even further. So soon your task will be so simple that you'll be thinking, this is so simple that I might as well just get on with it. So change your environment. Different environments have different impact on our productivity, and it's different for all of us. So look at your work desk and your room, where you work. Do these places make you want to work, or do they make you want to snuggle and sleep? If it's the latter, you should look into changing your workplace. A bad work environment can cause you to procrastinate even more, while a good one can help you with your productivity. As such, you should try to improve your work environment as much as possible by making it a place where you find it easy to focus on your work. So start with your best or worst tasks. Some people find it beneficial to start their day by dealing with the task that they dread the most, so they can immediately get it out of the way. And then they can go through the rest of the day knowing that they've already took care of it. Alternatively, people find it more beneficial to start with the easiest task first, in order to help themselves get started and enter the right mindset. Both options are perfectly acceptable, so you should try them both in order to figure out which one works best for you, while keeping in mind that each of them might work better in different scenarios. So it's, you've got to go out there and try them. Prioritising your tasks can help you figure out which tasks you need to work on and when you need to work on. This will ensure that you don't end up procrastinating by wasting time on trivial tasks while neglecting important ones. And it will also help you avoid situations where you're feeling overwhelmed because you're not sure where to start or which tasks you should be working on. It's also important to identify your own personal productivity cycles. So different people have different cycles of productivity, which means that different people are productive during different times of the day. For example, some people might work better in the morning, while others might be more productive at night. Similarly, some people might be the most productive after they've eaten, while others might be more productive when they're hungry. A good way to reduce your tendency to procrastinate is to identify your peak times, which are the times of day when you're most productive, and then plan your schedule so that most of your work is scheduled for those times when you are in your most productive state. Establishing a routine. So establishing a consistent daily, weekly or even monthly routine can be helpful in getting you to avoid procrastination. For example, you can set up a routine of different creative work early in the morning before checking emails and social media, which is a good way to ensure that you start your day being productive and by completing your most important task while you still have a clear head. Try to reach a state of flow. So a flow state is a mental state where you become completely immersed in the activity that you're engaged in. This state, which is referred to as being in the zone, is an optimal state of mind in terms of productivity, and since it allows you to focus on your work and enjoy it, which significantly reduces the likelihood that you will procrastinate as well. And to help yourself get in this state, try to create the right conditions, by working during those times where you're naturally productive and by removing external distractions from your environment in order to help yourself sort of focus on the task at hand. So the main goal of these techniques is to help you deal with the reasons why you procrastinate in the first place. So for example, while breaking large tasks into small actionable pieces is generally seen as a time management technique, its main goal here is to help you transform overwhelming projects into something that feels more manageable, which will also prompt you to stop procrastinating and start taking action. Why do we do this to ourselves? Well, the solution seems so simple. We just do it. But the reality is often more complicated. So my biggest tip for you really is just to start today. Just get on with it. A bit of tough love, because procrastination is a tough problem. If you're willing to follow the necessary steps in order to create a good plan of action, and if you're willing then to put in the effort in order to follow through on that plan, you have a great chance of being able to overcome your procrastination. I really hope you found these tips useful, and please do let me know in the comments below which ones you'll be trying out. And as always, don't forget to press that thumbs up button and the subscribe button too for more great tips, more magic, more mind reading and more well-being tips. So you can also check out my previous tips on managing your mental health at work and the surprising benefits of learning to juggle. I look forward to seeing you all next week. But the first step to overcoming procrastination.